Problem number 30th. A soccer ball is kicked from the ground with an initial speed of 21.3 meter per second at an upward angle of 45 degrees. A player 55 meter away in the direction of the kick starts running to meet the ball at that instant. What must be his average speed if he is to meet the ball just before it hits the ground? So this question is from a projectile motion. So let's we draw the diagram for this question. By that, we will get the clear picture. Clear? So let's we draw the diagram first. So this is the ground level, right? And the player one, so let's we draw. So he's the player, and what he is doing, he is going to kick the football. He is going to kick the football at an angle of 45 degree with initial speed of 21.3 meter per second. So that means, so at an angle of 45 degree and the initial speed which is equal to 21.3 meter per second. At the same time, another player at a distance of 55 meter, he is going to run towards the direction of the kick to take the ball. So let's withdraw the another player. So he is going to run to take this ball. So when he is kicking the ball at an angle of 45 degree, he will attain the maximum range, right? So that means the ball will be traveling like this, a parabolic trajectory. And what he is going to do, he is going to the second player. So this is our player one. This is player one, and he is player two. So he is going to run and to take the ball. After he kick, he is going to take the ball, and he has to take the ball before the ball hits the ground. So that means for taking this ball, we have to find what's his average speed. We are going to find what is his average speed. At the same time, they clearly mention from the start of kicking to the second player, they give the distance here as 55 meter. That means let's we take that value as caps D, which is equal to 55 meter. And when this player, the player one kicks the ball at 45 degree, by the time the range here will be up to this part, right? So that means he can attain the maximum range if you kick the ball at 45 degree. So we have to first find the range. So then only we can find the average speed of the second player. And also, if you want to find the average speed, first of all, we need the distance covered by the second player. So for example, he is going to start from this point to take the ball in this location, right? So we have to find what is the distance x. So if you want to get the answer for this average speed, we have to find three information. The first information is we have to find the range. The second thing, what should be the distance the second player takes, that means the value of x. And also we need the time of flight, that means the total time of flight we need. So we have to find the answer one by one, then only we can find the answer for the average speed. So let's we write the formula for the average speed. So what's the formula for average speed? The average speed which is equal to here this distance which is x divided by the total time of flight. So we are going to use this formula for finding the final answer. But what we need the information about the x, this x value, and also we need the total time of flight value, and also we need the value of the range. So what I am going to do, first I am going to find the answer for finding the range. So once we find the range, we can easily find the value of x. And then second part, what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the total time of flight. And then third, we are going to find his average speed to take the ball. Clear? So let's we find the answer for the range first. So in chapter number 4, we studied the formula for range. So we have to, let's we just divide this question into 4 parts. So that's the reason I put A. So in the first part, we are going to find range. We are going to find range. So what's the formula for the range? Range R equal to V naught square as sine 2 theta divided by G. And here The angle they clearly mention, the player 1 kicks the ball at an angle of 45 degree. So when he kicked the ball at 45 degree, and you will get the maximum range. Why? Because when you multiply 2 multiplied by 45, we will get the answer of 90 degrees. So when you multiply 2 multiplied by 45 degree, what you will get? We will get a sine of 90 degree, which is the maximum value of 1, right? So by that, this formula becomes R equal to V naught square divided by G. So now I'm going to substitute the value here. So the initial speed is given here as 21.3 square. So let's write 21.3 the whole square divided by the acceleration due to gravity value here is a 9.8 or 9.81 we can take. So let's find the answer here first. So what's the answer here? 21.3 square divided by 9.81. I got the answer here as 46.25. So 46.25, and the unit of range is meter. So we find the answer for the range, R equal to 46.25 meter. So let's go back to the diagram. So that means here we find the answer of range. So what's the value of range here? We got 46.25 meter. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the value of x. That means the second player, how much distance he is going to cover to take the ball, right? That means the value of x. So if you want to find the answer of x, it's very easy. When you subtract the value of this 46.25 from 55, we will get the answer for x, right? So once we find the value of x, and then we can find the total time of flight. By that, we can easily find the answer for the average speed. So second part, in the second part of the question, what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the value of x. That means the second player taking the distance, right? So for this, what I'm going to do, for finding the answer for x, what I'm going to do, d minus range. So d is nothing but the second player at a distance from the starting point of the kick, right? That is 55 meter minus our range value here is 46.25. So once you subtract this value from 55, we will get the answer for x. So that means 55 minus 46.25. Here I got the answer as 8.75 meter. Now the third part, we have to find the total time of flight. So let's write the formula for finding a total time of flight. That means the capacity. So total time of flight, right, which is capacity. We studied the total time of flight formula, R equal to 2 multiplied by V naught sine theta divided by G. And also we have one more formula, which is, or if you want to use this, you can use the first part, or also we can use the second formula, range, which is equal to V naught cosine theta multiplied by T. So if you use these two formula, we will get the answer. So we just work out for the two formulas, and you will get the same answer. So we start with this formula, the first one. So I'm going to substitute the value here. So T equal to 2 multiplied by the initial speed of the kick, the ball speed is 21.3 multiplied by a sine of 45 degree divided by 9.81. So let's find the answer for this. So T equal to, so here 2 multiplied by 21.3 multiplied by sine of 45 degree divided by 9.81. I got the answer here as 3.07 second. Let's work out the same thing by using this one. R equal to V naught cosine theta T. If you rearrange this equation in terms of capacity, which is our total time of flight, T equal to range divided by V naught cosine theta, and range we already find from the first part. So what's the answer for the range here? So range answer here is 46.25. So I have to use this value. So 46.25 46.25, and the initial kick speed, which is 21.3 multiplied by a cosine of 45 degree. So let's see what's the answer here. For sure you will get the same answer. So 46.25 divided by 21.3 cosine of 45 degree, same answer, 3.07 second. So you can use any one of these two formulas, you will get the same answer. So now you can see we got the answer for the x as well as the total time of flight. So by that we can find the final answer. So what is the average speed of the second player? So the average speed of the second player here is d equal to, that means our last part, the average speed, which is nothing but the distance divided by time. So the distance here is nothing but x value divided by caps t. So what's the value of x here? Let's we go back to our third answer. So here x value is 8.75. 8.75 divided by, what's the value of caps t? 3.07. So 3.07 will give the answer for the speed. 8.75 divided by 3.07, I got the answer here as 2.85. So 2.85 meter per second, that is the answer for this question. So now if we go back to the diagram, so you can see here we find the answer of range as 46.25, and we find the answer for x. What's the value for x? The x value is 8.75. So I will write the answer here, 8.75 meter. And by using, and also we find the total time of flight from this to here. So what's the total time? The t value here is 3.07 second, and after we substitute the value of x and t, we got the answer. That means this answer value here as 2.85 meter per second. Clear? So this is the answer for this question. Thank you.